Alright, hello everybody. You might notice this is an earlier start than usual. I want to try to get 2 drafts in today. And if I start now, draft 2 should start close to a normal time. So, if somebody shows up at the normal time, there's a draft going on. You just get the bonus one for showing up early. So, hello everyone. We had a new set release on Thursday of last week. The Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Featuring ventures, not adventures. That's different. I still wonder if they were if there were some darns and shoots about the fact that they used adventure as a mechanic and then did this. But anyway, we're going to be doing 2 drafts. We're going to be doing some Forgotten Realms, which is our replacement for our core set in Standard right now. Yeah.
I'm Gnomebitten.
I know.
I was wondering what to stream, and then you solved it for me.
I had a feeling that might happen, and I'm happy it worked.
It might have been... Holy shit, Nick Thimeron.
Whoa.
It's 25 big
God.
ones.
Nick Thimeron, thank you very much for gifting 25 subs out to a whole bunch of folks. And thank you to President Ark for the sub. I hope everybody gets to enjoy their Mole Drifter and their cube. Which, thank you very much, Nick Thimeron. Goodness.
That's a lot. It's a biggard.
Yeah.
So you were saying this was replacing the core set?
Yeah, so this was Core 21 last year and Core 20 the year before. And then before that we didn't have core sets for a while.
We had like Origins was the last of the non-core sets.
But there was a 3-year gap where they realized, after which they realized, oh boy, we actually kind of need a anchor or like a...
Yeah, and that's when we had play design and Ixalan come in and give us interaction for Standard.
Yeah, and so, but now they've also haven't been enjoying it. Hopefully you do get to find some enjoyment out of either these streams or future drafts. I've been having fun with dungeons, so.
Yeah, I've been looking some at this format, and it seems okay.
Yeah.
It seems like you're going to lose 1 game per draft, no matter what, to the card Magic Missile. I think it is unavoidable to avoid losing to that card. In a way that Arc Lightning has been around the block before, but I don't know if it's ever been this powerful.
A lot of that is I have not seen.
The creatures kind of suck in this.
Yeah. Well, like usually I'm thinking of Arc Lightning in like the last time I remember Arc Lightning was in cons.
And in cons, you either killed a morph and did 1 to them, or if you were really lucky, you killed a piker and did.
Yeah, you got their Skull Step Warrior or whatever, the Mardu.
Yeah, if you were lucky, you got that.
Right.
Usually, it was you kill a morph. But creatures suck here.
Well, it's a combination.
Like goblin. Yeah. There's goblin tokens everywhere.
Well, it's a combination of creatures being smaller and the good creatures are like that Hobgoblin 3/1, right?
Yeah, there's not a lot of 4 toughness creatures, so your Arc Lightning can just deal 3 to a creature.
Yeah, so my experience so far with the 3 drafts that I did, and then I did 1 or 2 off camera. Actually, I've done like 4, and then I've done some off camera. I've done 3, then some off camera. You're going to lose at least once, if not twice, to somebody who's going under you. I don't care how fast you are. There's a faster opponent, and you're dead. Like, we had a draft where we were like, all right, we're like this white-red aggro, and then like the mono red player showed up and killed us on turn 5.
What? No red one drops though.
They
That's
played
like
they played I think 3 copies of the hasting that deals the damage to whatever is blocking it.
because the one drop I thought of would be the open hand monk. Like if you just have a bunch of those, they work well together.
Yeah.
And you just play a couple hounds of Ishimaru and like that's good enough. Plus, some of the equipment there's playable equipment and then a fair amount of bad equipment. But there is
Yeah.
playable equipment in this.
We have a decent amount of playable equipment, so that's fun. But yeah, so thank you very much, Nick Themeron, and congrats to everyone who got their Mole Drifters today. Hope you enjoyed them. We are opening. Is that
monk
rogue
class?
Rogue
class.
Rogue class and cleric class. Just
Placer beast.
so cleric class is like bad and then like okay and then a revive on 3. It's extremely good with the one of the best white commons, but you don't need to be good with the best white common to be good. Like everybody, the priest of ancient lore is obviously like really good. Displacer beast is pretty nifty. This is a on curve like reasonable body with minor upside, and then it's repeatable.
What does the rogue class?
Okay, so rank 1, it's the like top card removed. Rank 2, it's menace. Rank 3, it's you can cast the cards.
Okay.
Like you have to up it twice to be able to cast. I'm gonna take Displacer Beast here.
Yeah, I don't see any removal, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is a really good 2. It has multiple plus side. Like this is a set with
like a really good Elvish warrior.
Well,
There's
right.
lots of good Elvish warriors.
We're also in a set that okay. So if you picked cleric, this would be the Moon Dancer pick 2. So somebody on our left is going to be in the life gain deck. I don't. The cleric stance isn't enough to have made me push into it. This might have been, but I actually like this as just a.
It's just a very good creature.
Because like, yeah, this.
Well, the Venture deck is also pretty good.
Yes.
Although we're in the wrong colors for the Venture deck.
Oh, we have the right cards at least.
Yeah, the white-black deck is the big Venture deck.
Yeah.
You end up with a lot of Gloomstalkers.
I'm not sure what blue-green does in this format, but would not be, you know.
Or that guy right there. That uncommon.
Yeah, this one that's like the returning 3 costers.
Yeah. What do you do? Search your 2 basic, okay? So tidings.
Sure. This is
regrowth.
Regrowth.
Okay.
Not quite a regrowth permanent, but
yeah.
This is the piker that has a draw.
Yeah, piker with that's a late game monosync.
There's nothing else in here that's super exciting. The only other good card in here, like they're like this early is like Minimus or
Minimus Containment is pretty good. Or we can pick which of the other picks we like better, because these are both reasonable cards.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab Investigator and see if I can't make this color combo work. If it doesn't, we can swap off. I've been having a fun time with this set.
Scion of Striga.
Ooh,
Drive.
Precipitous Drop is a really good card as well. This one's good.
Yeah, it's like a big stab wound.
Yeah, this one's very good on its own because like -2/-2 is enough to kill a lot of early stuff, and like with it venturing itself, it has its additional value, and then it's easy to make it like more, the -5/-5, which is enough to kill freaking anything in this set.
Yeah. What does the Scion of Striga do though?
Scion of Striga is a 2/1 with flash that taps a creature for 3. Okay. It's very underwhelming.
It's reasonable. Like it's a reasonable effect and cost, but not exciting. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up the Precipitous Drop then.
I would want Scion of Striga to have flying before I would like it. Is the problem.
Speaking of flying.
Yeah, we got some blue flyers here. We got some okay green stuff. The black doesn't look like something I'm really interested in, but we're seeing all 3 of our colors as things here.
Ginny Windseer just has to be nuts, right?
I'm pretty happy to have like that as a flyer. It looks like blue is something we have okay going on here.
There's a fair amount of green here too, but not all of it's good. It's
Inspiring
funny.
Bard is like
They've
okay,
made
and this trick is the trick that everyone, you gotta play around, but
Bag of Holding is very funny because they've had multiple cards already that were based off Bag of Holding, and Loathsome Troll.
so we got Loathsome Troll and Knoll Hunter.
Knoll Hunter's the 2-drop.
Yeah, Loathsome Troll is really weird recursion in that like it
Yeah, this style of recursive effect.
it's fine. Like it really sucks if you have to draw it again. It is a good card. I don't know if it's better than like
It's a good
playable
It's a good
2.
late game card, but a playable 2 is pretty good. The one good thing about the Troll is it gives you the pack tactics all by
Yeah,
itself.
it's it alone. Fate's
It's super
Reversal is one of my
ferocious.
favorite raised deads in a long ass time.
Yeah, because it's got stuff
Yo.
attached to it. Hunter's Mark.
This is a one-sided
This is a hunt the week, only it's a bite instead of a fight.
and it's instant speed.
Yeah.
That seems like the pretty easy pick here. It's also if it's targeting a blue permanent, it costs green.
It's cheap.
It's incredibly cheap.
What does that come to a river do again? It's like can't be blocked and
A bounce.
bounce. Okay.
It's a fine trick.
It's a fine card. So is Air Cult Elemental. It's a bit expensive, but
Yeah, I'm not
it's a
huge
flying.
on it because it's so expensive, but it is just like, yeah, this gets work done.
Some reasonable card. The Conjurer is okay.
Yeah. Conjurer. This is not the trick you want. This is a
Nah,
sorcery.
this is if you had the Troll, that would be pretty good. But cheap spell or thing that's bug fixed to not work with.
Scaled herbalist. I'm gonna take the one longbow. This equipment
Yeah.
is. This is the
Okay.
one where I think it's the line. Anything worse than it is too bad, and anything better than it is good. Split the party. I've not been able to get to work ever.
What? Oh yeah, we can pick
Well.
up a Mordekainen's polymorph. We don't want to play 2 bows. We don't want to play great axe or leather armor.
You don't control.
We're not going to play Mordekainen's
No.
polymorph either.
I'm gonna take a.
Splashing is easy in this set if you're the Venture deck.
Which. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Secret Door. I'll take Bull's Strength too. This is actually a good trick. The Neverwinter Dryad is fine. That's supposed to be in the sphere on the splash.
Yeah, annihilation. You didn't say it right, Jen. You gotta act like you're a wizard casting this
Sphere
spell.
of Annihilation!
Ah, that's what kind of wizard you are. I see. Owlbear is a pretty good. Big
Yeah,
creature.
I'm like, yeah, that's a fun splash and all, but I'm really interested in like super on.
Like a big. It's the best Ironwood boars have ever been.
Yeah.
What else? Nothing else. Well, there's Magic Missile.
Yeah, there is Magic Missile, which is
It's what a
double
hard
red.
transfer into playing Magic Missile. We play Owlbear.
Yeah, if there wasn't an owlbear in here, I'd be a little more interested in it. If it was like, because like, then it would be like, yo, pick the magic missile and then see if we can flip to red.
Yeah, Bar of the Gate is also. I think it seems like a playable spell.
Yeah, if this came back, it'd be fine. This sucks to not be on
Yeah,
this.
but goodbye, Magic Missile. We'll make somebody to our right very happy.
Yeah, that's fine.
And Battlecry Goblin. Wow.
Okay.
Red. It's good red in these packs.
Yeah, we got. Golem's been unimpressive. This thing dies too easy.
Has to block. That Squires actually seems reasonable.
Yeah, that, or we have another Windseer as a choice.
Flying or Death Touch creature.
Yeah. Art curve's low enough that I'm okay picking up the Windseer here.
Windseer is pretty. What's that Druid do? The 2/4?
It becomes a 4/2 on your turn.
Ah, okay.
Which,
So it's that's pretty good for rate.
yeah. I go with the evasion here. Alright, choose your weapon as the doubler.
Hello.
Hello.
I've been
very
here
rough.
for about 5 minutes, but I forgot that I Windows updated, so I've been talking at nothing.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
thought you were
no.
just here watching, so I didn't want to like.
Oh,
put you on blast.
Yeah,
so
Oh, no.
I was waiting for you to announce your.
It's
Well-
okay. Owlbear does not die to magic missile. Genius play.
Yeah,
Oh, hey.
another owlbear.
Yeah, and look.
More creatures that are big enough.
Wish, a card that is not going to get played in any format.
The biggest thing about Wish that I think it has is that it doesn't have a self-exile clause.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That's the only that's the thing that I think makes it different. It's not enough though. I don't think.
Yeah, the big thing is it's in Modern it's competing with Gifts Ungiven, which you play on your opponents instead. And in Legacy there's this card called Burning Wish. How many Null Hunters do you want?
Well, if this thing ever gets its counter, it starts becoming super above rate, and that's really good.
What is You Find the Villain Slayer?
That is cancel or a bad draw spell. An extremely bad draw spell.
We call that Is It Charm.
Yeah.
Which is It Charm is not one of the better charms.
I want to splash for the dungeon doubler.
The
Looks like we're
dungeon
kinda...
Dungeon Doubler is quite strong. I've only seen it like twice on the other side, but it's been a pain in the ass when it shows up.
That green spell is like main deck.
It's fine.
Nope. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know how main deckable. I was wondering what the third mode on it was, and I should have imagined that it was. Yeah, we're getting pretty cut.
Yeah, well, we know on our left was going to be somebody in green. I was just hoping blue would be a little more open, and clearly that was not.
The giant is playable-ish.
It's my problem with the giant is that like creature size and it like
It is. Oh, that's kind of the thing going for it. This thing's pretty huge as far as creatures go here. You don't want to play it though.
now my problem with it is that it's I'll go ahead and take Soul Knife spot here. Is that it's not huge enough because like every color kind of has these like we have that like 6/6 elemental or the beholder that's a 6/5 or green's hell dude that's like the 7/6.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the 7/6. Yes, it's not quite big enough. Remember how nuts everybody used to go over Scroll Thief? Now here we've got a 3/2 that does it.
Mm-hmm.
These cards. Well, it's a late Gloomstalker. Nobody's in the delve.
Yeah, nobody's in that quite plan. Oh wow! Add 50 feet of rope, huh?
Rope.
Do you want to make a wall not able to block?
We got our door. We can make our door not able to block. Why not? Sorry, Evolving Wilds. I'm picking this one.
Now you're fine.
Wilds.
Or do you want a piker?
No,
No, we don't.
nah.
We got one.
Oh, all right. Well, that's splashable.
Extremely
Yeah.
splashable.
That's
That's
pretty good.
yeah.
Dritz wants this cat to die.
So we just picked an Evolving Wilds, and we also have enough venture to get to the treasure token.
This pack is also very blue-green heavy.
Yeah.
So we will possibly get something we actually want to play back.
You know, like
We're looking for upgrades here.
I'd be good on more Null hunting. One Direwolf Prowler is the amount of this card I want to have.
Because we have the other pack hunter card, so something that can just become a 4-power thing is pretty good. But that cat does it. Druid class. What do you
Druid
do?
class is the land liker.
Yeah, whatever. Sylvan Shepherd.
This is one of the key life game deck cards.
Okay, so we're looking for upgrades. What upgrade do we have here?
Yeah,
Got a Scroll Thief.
could actually include this Shocking Grasp and not feel bad about it. Do another Scroll Thief.
The regrowth / double lay of the land can fetch a plains,
Yeah, it might be
but I don't know if that's better than Shocking Grasp.
Wizard class.
Wizard.
Oh,
That one has Tripid. Oh, another one of those. That's pretty good.
yeah, and one of the biggies.
Wizard class is pretty good though, because it's just a draw
Yes.
spell.
Draw spell that becomes a pump spell. I'm kind of interested in more of these Intrepid Outlanders and just like having our deck be all about this. Like,
Just
bush.
be the Pack Tactics Dungeoneering deck.
Yeah.
Why is it called Pack Tactics and not Pactics?
Tactics.
Pactics is a registered trademark of the Pactics Corporation.
Yeah, Mimic.
Sudden Insight, which is an instant of that like Lucid Dream card from Modern Horizons 2. Lurking Roper, which is not this deck, just a blocker.
They made a Roper, which is adjacent to, but they didn't make a wolf in sheep's clothing. They only had the one joke D&D monster, not multiple of them. We gotta fight spells, so the Basilisk is pretty good. Yeah, that's another one, huh?
And a Ranger as well. And look at our colors in this. We are...
Trickster's Talisman is pretty cool.
+1/+1 and the copy, huh? I like that +1/+1 on that too. That's actually...
Yeah, because it's like a Leonin Scimitar until you decide... If we had a dragon, that would be better, but we don't have a dragon right now.
And like our big creature is Trizzt, and that's not...
Although Owlbear is pretty good.
Yeah, getting another Owlbear isn't too bad.
Yeah.
But the hunter is good.
It's probably the point where we finally pick up the river.
Yeah, it's time for Bad River.
They're getting another cleric class. Open up play them.
It's not Bad River. That is a unsummon, which is typically playable. Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost is just fine.
It's good removal.
The trick with Ray of Frost is that it works against, like, it's like made for like red hate, but it works on anything.
It's just like a narcolepsy or whatever. Not narcolepsy, but there's a... What am I thinking of?
Wow, life game player is living.
You don't want a Great Axe to go in your deck?
Not especially, I'm not.
But it's such a great axe.
It is.
I've seen greater.
Here's our pack.
The Guild Thief came back.
Pretty good on this. This is a way
slith.
This is a way to win a game.
A Slith.
Yeah.
We have to include cards in our deck that are very bad against Magic Missile.
Oh yeah, our deck is okay. Well, we get a couple.
Our deck's fine against Magic Missile. Oh, a big creature.
I kind of want to have one.
Oh, big.
that guy is huge, but his dog is also huge.
Yeah, that's the part about this that just is like.
It's a huge dog.
I'm gonna take Sudden Insight.
I'm gonna deprive someone of a Mimic. What's the Herbalist do?
The taps put a land into play.
Lizard Druid.
Alright. Yeah, the 4-1 with Reach is really big. There's a lot that's, like, big game. I feel like our deck is kind of, like, sitting around, like, trying to very heavily control the early game. And, like, just snowball with this.
I feel like we're a deck that's going to turn a lot of 2-drops sideways, and we have 2 interactive spells.
We're playing every piece of interactive spell I have, which includes the,
Which is... Oh, no, we have 3 interactive spells. I'm wrong. Because we also have the... Well, we have the tap spell, and we could also have, like, the Ray of Frost. I guess we have Shocking Grasp. Is Shocking Grasp or You Come to a River better?
I like Shocking Grasp because it has the text draw card.
Yeah.
And, like, my hope is that I just run a 2 into their 2 and trade.
Okay.
You know, is the idea. Oh, Windseers.
Yeah, the Flyers are good.
And then you're in here, you're in here.
Thinking more about what you said at the beginning, we're like, there will always be a deck that can go faster and go under you.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm seeing that happen, but I'm also seeing us being that deck occasionally.
My hope is that we get to do that to people, yeah. Like
where they're like, oh, it's turn 4, and they're getting their Pack Tactics activations from now on.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, there's pretty light on removal. That's one of the reasons to be black. But most of the black removal is all sorcery speed, like our Precipitous Drop. There's also 4-mana Murder that makes a treasure.
The nice thing about Null Hunter, it's a Pack Tactics creature that makes it easier to activate Pack Tactics in the future.
Yeah. When will
3
they make
planes is too
you
many
-1/-0 draw a card? I'm pretty sure that's a card.
We just want 1 planes.
I think we want 1 planes because I'm playing Evolving Wilds.
Are we playing the regrowth? I don't think so. Or are we? We need picks, so maybe.
I'm gonna play the weapon because like +2 power means that these get to attack a lot easier.
Plus reach is just like a keyword. 4 more picks. The knife.
Wall
secret
doesn't seem
door.
to fit what our deck is doing, which is attacking. Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I think it was from Rise, which is why you don't remember it, because Rise is not the place where you care about fleeting distraction. That's the, yeah.
The basilisk is just playable. It's not aggressive, but it's
Yeah.
playable. We have a bite spell, so Death Touch is Doomblade with that thing.
This is 40, which means I should cut. No, this isn't 40. This is because that's 17 lands, which I might want to cut down to 16 because we're playing best of 1.
What would we play over the land? Like Soul Knife Spy?
Soul Knife Spy, or you come to a river, or Cursed Idol in the main.
The Grope?
50 feet of rope. That just gets us to 40. Goodness.
We had so many picks, and now we're just discarding so many of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of the blue that doesn't fit what I want to be doing.
The Frost Giant gains a little bit of value just because it, with one of the 2 drops, gives you your pack tactics.
That's kind of the idea with like bear as well. I think
Yeah,
that might be the point for like Soul Knife Spy too, just because that like
Plus, it's a creature they have to deal with as well. Like they're going to deal with it, but it's a creature they have to deal with. It's not a creature they can ignore.
So I'm gonna drop this down to 16. This is something that like
you're not often to do.
Well, in Arena, I am more often to do because
I do it every time in Arena. Not often. I do it all the time.
Yeah, in Arena. So we've talked about this a bit before, but Arena has different rules for hand generation for best of 1 queue.
It gives you like the better of 2 hands, so
Yes.
it smooths out your land count.
Yeah, so what that means is that if you you can play less lands in an aggro deck and still expect to see 2 or 3 in your opener, which this deck like could just live off of 3.
Yeah. Can we look at Devour Intellect for 1 second? The black spell there by Deadly Dispute.
There we are.
Doesn't that look like a Baku?
Does look a little like that could be a Baku.
The
That's
brain
Baku.
Brain
main Baku.
Yeah, the brain main Baku.
The main brain Baku.
Oh.
The main brain, the sham brain Baku.
but the knowledge crystals.
Aquarium Rebel.
Okay, so I do have a question before we run it in.
Yes.
We have a fair amount of venturing in our deck.
Yes.
That's great. Venturing is good. What are some of our likely venturing plans?
I think we just do middle dungeon basically every time, right?
Like
in this kind of deck.
So there's the 3 different options on the venture, and let me find a venture so that we can talk about them. We've got long dungeon, which takes its time to get where it's going. We've got middle dungeon, which is a lot of small effects. And then we got aggro dungeon, which is for ass kickers. In my mind, if I'm attacking with an Intrepid Outlander and it gets to venture, and my opponent is not in a position to do anything about it, we're going into the tomb every time, because like that's how you close out a game, is push it through the tomb. But if we're in a more defensive game where I'm having to bar the gate or displacer beast for our ventures, we're probably more likely to want to go here in the mines. The treasure token there is pretty important for making Drizzt.
Yeah, Drizzt.
The treasure token is the reason I'm a lot more likely to splash in this format.
Yes.
Because the treasure token on mine is on Venture 2, which means it's pretty easy to get to.
And the fungal cavern is pretty good a lot of the time. It's surprisingly good how good the fungi cavern activation
Yeah.
is.
If you go into Long Dungeon, there's also a treasure token on 3. This deck does not look like one that has the length to go into Long Dungeon.
It would be a rope group plan.
Yeah, I almost don't know if I want to be roping in this, but
well, then we can
Maybe
play.
we
You come
don't.
to a river.
maybe we just
because either one of those modes will help us like get through.
yeah. Because like the rope is something I see for somebody who is trying to go into that long lair and like needs the last pushes. The rope you're not playing for, its first ability. This is the only wall in the set right here.
Yeah. They should. Okay, here's what they should have done. They should have had a common rope and the uncommon rope, and have the common rope be the hemp rope, and the uncommon rope be the silk rope.
The silk rope.
Ooh.
You gotta spring for the silk rope.
I never have.
I would never buy the hemp. Always the silk rope.
I'm glad we've got both sides of the.
The standard adventurer's kit in 4E comes with the silk rope, and I always trade it out for the hemp rope to get the extra 2 gold or whatever. And then I'll use that to like buy good berries or something. Planes. Oh, we have the drits.
Yeah, I see a hand that looks fine here.
I guess we don't have a lot of action until 3.
Yeah,
but
it'd be nice to draw one of our 8 2-drops here, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Draw one of our 8-2 drops.
we have a lot of 2s.
The good news is we'll be hard pressed to draw a spell that doesn't, or draw a card that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
We're either going to draw, owlbears. No shit, I've summoned them.
Alright, so looks like our curve is less the aggro zone and more like wind seeing.
And a monster.
Okay. Let's hide the. Alright, where do I want to be going here?
This feels like a middle dungeon game to me, but you want to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not very far ahead of your opponent.
We could use the scries as well. Like we're kind of looking for lands here. Don't you feel like an asshole when you scry one and then top it?
So I'm fine keeping this because we have a wind seer that's gonna scry next turn anyway.
Yeah.
And I'd
we have a
rather
6-drop in our hand.
Okay, so that thing
Castlevania Druid.
that thing will block us. Cool. I don't really care for either of these at the moment.
We'll draw our land eventually.
Yeah, well, this is me assuming we'll draw our land eventually.
Plus, we have another wind seer if it comes to it.
Yep. And next turn, we're counted for. We're gonna be playing.
Get the Drizzler.
Oh, they're fighting.
The bite.
Brutal.
Sure.
Behold.
Hello.
Just makes the normal cat noise.
Meow.wave.
Yeah.
Is Meow.wave the new bird noise.wave?
This game also has a bird noise, though. Oh, they got rid of it. The land.
Driss is dead. No.
They're doing that. When they first launched the set, like everything shook when you. Okay, let's see if they block. Yeah, we can make Guild Thief if we don't draw land. We can make Windseer if we do. Tap your planes.
Okay, I'm still making Guild Thief here. They have no board, and like Guild Thief is a slith, so.
Yeah, and you have the option of making it actually unblockable.
Nice
So.
Hydra, nerd.
Yeah. I didn't note this when they played it, but that is the Hydra.
Yeah, because the forests having text just kind of made it look like a forest.
Right. Alright, they're probably scrying to improve their draws here.
Green source lets them wake up the land at the very least.
Yeah. The land's having flavor text is funky because, like, when I see text, I just think, oh, it's like it does something, but
It's fine as a one-off thing.
It means I miss this a lot. All right.
Kind of wish they had like a different card frame.
Okay, one top, probably their second green.
Well, time to send with the kitty and make a giant creature.
Yep. We'll send with the cat. They're gonna try and 2-for-1 us. No, okay. Anyway. Here's the largest creature in the world.
What was this called? It's like a modified honey mammoth. That was a 6/6 that gained 4, right?
Yes, gain 4. So we lose a life less, but we gain... Sure, that's fine.
You got it.
I have ways around that, I'm pretty sure. I think river is non-land. Okay.
Behold. We got a 4 and a 2.
Yep.
And then, like, next turn we can start activating the guild thief.
Here, where they're finally gonna do their attempted 2-for-1. No. Wow.
Now I'm gonna just. Drizzt did a fine job, even getting immediately deleted.
Drizzt took 2 cards out of them.
Ooh.
Roll to confirm. We'll take an owlbear any day of the week.
Yeah, I'll take that owlbear.
Yeah. This is.
Wait, do we know
This is the stage of the game where owlbear.
This might be because I can actually make the 5 and then the
Yeah,
2.
we
Like
got the treasure hanging around.
yeah.
We could venture.
Alternately, I might activate Guild Thief to be able to 6 here. But
Yeah.
all right, so they drew this. This can become a 4/4 at the moment.
That's Wandering Troubadour is pretty dang good.
Good card.
The wizard loves
And because
to sing.
it's a dragon, it makes the freaking dragon sound, even though it's a dragon.
I know.
It's just a tiny dancing.
Okay.
Hey,
Alright.
nani nani.
We just attack with a bunch of creatures, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in with everything that isn't named Guild Thief here. Even Guild Thief might be like reasonable to bring in, but
Yeah, like to offer the trade even. But yeah, those guys definitely get in. Most of the man lands are pretty dang good.
yeah, they've all got very good reasons to be played. Like again, they're also coming untapped, which is super powerful on the first 2 turns.
This is the standard of man lands. There's like 7 playable man lands in standard right now. Oh god.
That's
Phase out.
fine. Because like that still only trades with things I'm attacking with right now.
Yeah, that is a 3/2. That
That's
doesn't fly.
like if
I'm
I had
the mind-
pushed with the thief, maybe I'd feel a little. Sure, you're gonna.
I'm in like. Yeah, we could grow that, but then we wouldn't be able to play Owlbear. But we would be able to play Underdark.
We have enough threats right now that this is fine.
Goodbye, honey bear.
Okay, from here we're gonna be paying for Guild Thief to get in, and that'll start building up a pretty hefty
Yeah.
burden on
This
them.
This is a fine. Like even with their what?
Sure, it doesn't have a real effect.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just a
okay.
4/4. Do we want to activate Guild Thief when we have a counter spell?
I'd
Make a
probably
treasure token, so yes. Although no, we're
no other way around. I'm gonna
No, we're-
just go in with Owlbear and see what they do.
Yeah, we can play the Basilisk.
So yeah, what this does is it gives all your damage Death Touch for the turn, but like they tapped out for a high now. Thanks.
No!
Bar the gate. I think we want a goblin.
Yeah, we want to push here. Damn.
We can kill their dragon though, yeah. We get to grow our sliths.
We do.
Actually, I think they die before
Yeah,
the
I
trigger
think
goes
they're-
on the stack.
Maybe just
They might be dead here.
They die as a state-based action, and then...
We can try to grow our slith.
You know, we say that, but...
Mm-hmm.
We used to say that about Exalted Angel a lot, where you would die with the lifelink trigger on the stack, but
Yeah.
I don't think you actually have that on the stack, because you die as like a state-based action before anything else.
It's
right?
trying to go on the stack. Like,
Yeah.
It- it's-
it has never... It never gets the opportunity to, but
Yeah.
it's about to.
okay, that was... Our opponent was never even close to being able to, like, stabilize. And we had a lot
Card
of...
in our deck. The playmat was hard. R2-3.
Okay.
2 drops.
Yeah, I see good 2s. Sure.
The dice liker.
So I'm gonna drop the, one that is... Okay, so they're gonna be pushing with dice liking. That upgrade is actually a lot stronger than it feels. Boy,
Yeah,
howdy.
Yep, they're flood. They're not. What's the opposite of flood?
Yeah.
They're not the opposite, but they're just flooded. We're just
So,
gonna go 2.
so they've got fervor right now.
Yeah.
So we're taking...
5.
Yeah. I think I'm fine just leaving up our tricks.
Yeah, just like the Hunter's Mark. We do have a kill with the
Or the bull strength. Well,
bull string.
that's not gonna...
The Hunter's Mark can kill a 3/3 or smaller, so...
Yeah. I could also, like, spend the bull strength to get the
The
bit
thing
going.
going.
Or I could just
You can also
play
just
her
play a
down.
creature and attack for 4. I don't hate that.
If I die, I die. No thanks. It is funny, but with that barbarian class active, there is like a world where they could kill me from this position. I doubt it, but...
They would have to have drawn creatures that they could have just previously cast.
Yes.
So,
Okay, so that's 1,000,000 our way.
you could trade with the cells. Oh, it's got
You
first strike.
cannot. Okay, opponent's at 14. Post-combat, you want to play another 4? Yo! I like you losing life. 1 short.
Ew.
Oh, they're dead. No, I can't cast both. Damn it.
Wait a second.
No, I can cast both.
You can't because you can make it. Wait, no,
No,
we can't make
we're
a
not.
treasure.
Wait, I can
We're
make
not
them.
deep enough.
But I can make them lose 1 life.
Yeah, we can make them use 1 life. Yeah, so we.
But no, that.
Then we're short. We're
But
a little bit short.
But yeah, this is only 2 damage, and this is
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're short.
Yeah,
We have good blocks though.
They can menace is the problem.
Probably means we're hunters marking it to get combat then. Just their dice is from the ogre, so if we kill the ogre. So we're off color.
That one dies to Hunter's Mark pre.
Okay, that one does.
It has to. Or we counter it now.
You can counter and then have the bull strength also. Yeah, so I think we counter. Now, each player loses a life if we do that. Can we afford that?
I don't know.
They're gonna have 1 5 power haste or menace creature.
It's gonna be the cell sword.
That's 6. So yeah, we're on double chump anyways. Jeez, are we just dead? No, we can. Time to gain a life.
I should have attacked with Wind Seer. Sure, 2 treasures.
So much treasures.
Okay.
Okay, they're doing it that way.
So we have decent blocks here. We go...
We definitely want to kill the ogre, I think.
And then I just spend the trick to kill the ogre.
You can double block and see how they arrange blocking order.
Make sure they don't. Yeah.
Because the double block also just works. But we want to spin the trick.
Or do I want to save the wind?
The Wind Seer is probably more valuable.
Okay.
We'll have Owlbear and Hunter's Mark. Oh, yeah, they couldn't do that pre-combat.
Yeah, they
because
couldn't.
They didn't have the treasure.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like we have to Hunter's Mark that though.
Yes.
Or do we? We might have to do it on their turn because of they can roll a dice. We might have to Hunter's Mark something.
Yeah, or I can like play Owlbear and hope that's enough. But the fact that their creatures all have haste is really terrifying.
Yeah, really harrowing. If only we had not bottomed one of those lands.
No, the problem is I didn't attack with Wind Seer on a turn where I should have.
Yeah.
I wasn't aggressive enough in this game, and that did cost me.
Yeah, we can make the bear. Okay, that's plains.
Yeah, they probably do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Look into the eye.
Yeah, the Thieves' Tools are pretty good.
It's not enough to kill me. It is very good, though. This might get them killed.
They might overcommit to an attack here.
No, they might just they might undercommit.
Ooh.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so we're taking 2. We go to 1.
I mean, if they have a venture.
Yeah, I think it doesn't look like it. Oh, plains.
All right.
Okay, that looks like lethal to me. I cast a killing you. Under a killing you.
Okay. Yeah, we got our token. Good thing we gained that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to really think about that for a second. Like,
Holy
can you afford
shit.
to pay the life?
Yeah.
No, in fact, you cannot afford to pay the life.
Oh. Yeah, they needed to be more aggressive there, even though...
It kind of looks like they flooded out there, even though they're
Yeah.
drawing extra cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes one life is what you need.
I can't believe we ventured for one life and it was enough.
That was enough.
Hmm.
Red Dragon.
Sometimes you got to go all the way to the bottom of the dungeon to find what you need, and sometimes it's basically just right there, and
Yeah.
you can take an early lunch.
That's what
You walk
that's
in the
what
dungeon, there's the lunch, you walk away.
That's the power of the Skyrim exit. If you know where the Skyrim exit is, you don't have to go to the whole thing. It's just right there at the beginning. There were a lot of dungeons like that in Morrowind that were just like, hey, do you know how to levitate? Are you a real wizard or are you some kind of shitbag? Because if you're a real wizard, you can solve this dungeon in 2 minutes. If not, you're taking the long way.
There are many skeletons for you to meet in this dungeon.
Well, Telvanni places are like that. You can't fly. I am not even going to talk to you. Don't talk to me if you can't fly.
Sure.
Lands, but stuff to do with them.
I feel like this was a person in our draft pod.
Johnny
Cash
Cash.
Money.
Yeah.
No, that was Alden Cash Money.
Ah.
Oh.
The whole Cash Money clan is online tonight.
A little baseball humor for everyone.
Alright.
A true wizard does fall from the sky in Morrowind. If you create a spell that... Yeah, the little armor sucks. That card's pretty good, though.
That card kicks ass.
Ward 1. Ah.
One.
Yeah, I can't kill it.
But our hunter's mark.
In Morrowind, if you create a spell that creates a feather effect or a slow fall effect in an area, you can save the falling wizard who falls from the sky and dies. And if you do, he just says, "I don't know you," and he won't talk to you. That's an aggressive use.
Yeah, we're coming in hot. All right, you want me to block? You got it. I will.
And we'll block.
We will stay back and block.
Hopefully, they'll pre-combat a haste creature. If they have a burn
End step, burn spell. End step.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon's Fire. I can't do
Wait,
it.
this spell can't be countered.
Oh, wait!
This spell can't
Holy
be
shit!
countered.
Holy shit! Well.
This spell can't be counted. This hidden text.
Holy
This spell
shit!
can't be countered.
Nice,
Yeah, would this nerd?
yeah, nice catch, Medibot.
Oh, that was incredible!
Yo, you just like a brilliant for one.
Yeah, that was like.
Woof. And now we're
And
the
now we get an
owlbear.
owlbear. Now everything's fine.
They didn't have any blue. Okay, so let me explain what happened there. Hunter's Mark says this spell can't be countered. Ward, the effect ward, is not like
It's not do it unless they pay one. It's countered.
it counter spells it unless they pay one.
Yeah, this is a. It's not Sphere of Resistance. It's like Chalice of the Void. So, just have your Shepherd in play.
No, it's not. Can't be countered if they control a blue permanent. It costs 3 less.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheap when it targets an enemy blue permanent.
Yeah,
But we will pay full price.
Yeah.
Gladly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
he
it's
can't be
3
countered.
lines.
It's just implicitly anti-blue, but they didn't bother saying can't be countered by blue spells because the card had too much text to begin with.
This thing's getting hit by like the hell fireball. No, oh wow, they are. This is the equipment haver.
They are the freaking Voltron deck over here.
They didn't feel like attacking.
I think they're just equipping that rapier and passing, because what else are you gonna do? I'm gonna make big.
Let's make the hill giant and
Pass.
you can use shocking
Suddenly we're
grasp
both
with
at
it.
18 again.
Yeah, and also they're on 1 card in hand before the draw.
They have an impressive set of gear, but
Oh, I'm just
We have many large creatures
Can't be counted. See,
encountered.
for those who, if you didn't play Strixhaven Limited, that interaction came up a decent amount with you can use your trick here. No.
Red hitting green.
Oh,
Oh, purple worm.
That's fine.
pretty big. That's a
That
This
is
thing
a
has
large
ward.
Ward 1 and then Ward 2. So effectively Ward 3, even though they are two different triggered abilities.
I can just block it with all of my creatures at the moment.
And we can pay for the Shocking Grasp.
Depending on like, yeah.
yeah. That is
Well, no, how much
only-
is
we
it's got
can-
Ward 3, so yeah, we pay Ward. and then
very
Ward-
expensive shocking grasp.
Yeah.
Is permitted.
And then we just trade with Hill Giant Hunt. I hate that it's called Hill Giant, because a Hill Giant is not a 7/6.
It is if it's been herd gorging.
Actually, wait, do we even bother Shocking Grasp now?
No, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Because it brings this from
A 9 to from 11 to 9.
from 11 to
still,
9, which
it
still,
only kills 2 creatures. Yeah.
and I have to I'm putting everything in front of the bus.
Oh,
Holy shit!
What the balls?
Burning.
Alright,
Hand.
that's pretty good.
I think.
I think we need to top deck a very specific spell here. So that means I'm gonna cycle Shocking Grasp.
Yeah, let's cycle it. You can cycle it on your own creature to not pay the tax. If that
Yeah.
matters.
Okay. So we're gonna cycle it here, and then we're gonna draw the pump spell, and then we're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's not the pump spell.
That's unfortunately not bolstering.
That's we're a little behind now. A little bit.
We were in a completely dominant position, and then they cast one
spell.
And their one spell was just a creature
Which-
larger than every other
To
creature.
be fair, we also cast one spell to get into that dominant position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm just taking the hit. Yep.
You can't seem to do that anymore.
Correct.
Big of a large worm.
So I want to draw the doesn't untap spell here. Drizzt would be a good draw too, because it's 2 bodies.
They didn't have a creature or else they
No.
would put the boots on.
Alright, well. The Abyss is here, and it's ready for us.
Now we're
Visit would trade with it, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Ritz.
Hey!
Hey, wait, I had my prediction. We
Yeah.
have to lose to Magic Missile.
No,
Wow,
you can
if-
check it off your list.
Damn.
If they just played some generic creatures over some of that equipment, their deck would whip ass. Instead, it just kind of whipped ass anyways.
Yeah, I feel really good about our play, and then like we fell apart to the. I was not expecting a 2-mana card to so utterly annihilate us.
Yeah, having that be hard removal on your 7/6 was a little
Doomblade.
surprising.
Sure.
But I guess that's something to keep in mind against red players.
If I can draw a land, this hand whips. Because the Guild Thief can get out of hand.
Yeah. Depending on their 2, I might roll out the Guild Thief.
The 2 was pass.
Let's roll out the Guild Thief and see if that's.
Let's see if they get punished.
Okay, that's
There
like
you go.
that's super blocking.
Do you get to displace your beast going, or
Yeah, because I can trade with the Circle Druid. And let's go.
The Fan Delver.
I want to land next.
Sadly, Fandelver is just not really a playable modern card anymore. It's been a long time since that card's been playable. These days, people are playing Dragon Rage Chandler instead. It's a joke about Delver's secrets.
Yeah.
Sure, you got a vampire.
Vamping.
I'm happy to have them be on defense there. That's pretty nice. I'm thinking Basilisk.
The Basilisk works a lot better with Shocking Grasp. The 2/3 is just a perfect block on their 2/3.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're cool here.
We get to hang out for a while. Maybe next turn we get to Outlander plus leave up a trick. They might have a Hunter's Mark here. I'll take 2. That's not a problem. This card's nice to have in play because it means Hunter's Mark has destroy target creature as text if need be.
Yeah. Actually, Hunter's Mark says it can't be countered. That's not true. It can be countered if you remove all the targets.
Yeah. Alright, so I kind of want to just leave up Hunter's Mark for this turn.
Yeah, we can second main decide if we need to kill the ogre or not.
Well, it might be like kill the ogre, block the druid, the spawn, right? Like kill both.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Yeah, seems reasonable to do.
Yeah, or I can play Outlander and then leave up Shocking Grasp, which also does the same thing. Yeah, that actually might be better.
Okay. Wait, did they change that so it's not... Okay, what is it called when a card has no legal targets anymore? Then that was a demo. I got one judge question right earlier today. Now I need to get one wrong. It just doesn't resolve.
It just does not.
Well, like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm distracting everybody from the game by asking my judge exam questions.
Wizard minutia.
If they attack with a zombie ogre, I can kill that too with Shocking Grasp, which is pretty good.
Yeah, make it a 1/5.
It's not can't be countered by spells, or they just turned that into can't be countered because it's countered due to lack of targets. And if somebody wants to fight me on that, like,
What the?
Ochre Jelly.
you can fight me on it.
Yeah, it's just an X thing that it makes smaller tokens when it dies.
So this is mimetic. Ooh, no, there was a card that was literally just this.
Oh. It does trample, importantly.
You could cycle.
I want to just send it back.
Actually,
Oh, did you have a thought there? Sorry, I went.
No, I was just holding Shocking Grasp was good.
Oh, there was no world where you could convince me to cycle that for no reason. Because, like, it's very clearly incredibly powerful on the board.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, it doesn't have a name. It's just failing to resolve due to 608.2b. That is called, in my book, getting countered then. The judges are wrong, as they frequently are.
Alright, so Ochre Jelly comes in.
We kill it somehow, they just get a 2/2 at the end of turn.
They get
not
2.
That scary.
They get, Oh no, this doesn't split the way I thought.
Nah,
Yeah, they just get a half seed.
Oh, I thought they got it, like, split into 2 and then split into further 2. I'm just gonna... God, I don't know what to do about that. I can block with Displacer Beast and Outlander, see what they try to kill, and Shocking Grasp if they go for the wrong one.
I can also take 4, just try to put the owlbear in front of it, or just use the longbow.
Yeah, I guess we have the longbow next turn, which... So
I love taking damage, though, so whenever I suggest it, it might not be great. Ooh.
Sure. I'm worried that they're going to be able to push too much damage through in the future here. Okay. That's good. Boy, howdy, we cannot, we have a lot of tricks, but we can't get out from under... We can't get to the owlbear. I guess I'm passing?
Yeah, I guess we're passing.
I don't like my board state right now.
Me neither. They should probably just full court press.
Yeah, at this point, I'm surprised they're not. Then again, they've been fairly cautious. But
having the ghoul able to eat the ghast will make a lot of our... Well, for one, that just murders Guild Thief.
yes.
Okay, we can stick the basilisk in front of a creature and then try to hunter's mark the other one.
Which they'll sack in response. But if it's hunter's mark, then it doesn't matter.
So maybe that means we block the jelly and then punch the ghoul.
And jelly tramples. I guess it won't matter this way.
Yeah, because we're going to be killing it with hunter's mark.
It would turn the 1/2 into a 0/1, but hunter's mark gives +1/+1.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna...
Yeah, it's Guild Thief that's gonna die. Maybe we block the ghoul with Guild Thief? Nah. Okay, this is good because it lets us get the ghast for free. Yeah, so now we fight.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the venture.
Yeah, we can't stop that. But now we have like a reasonable board position, and
Yeah, that tidied things up a bit, turned their 4/4 into a 2. What in the...
I'm sorry, you didn't just overrun and kill me?
That's a curious choice.
They're very cautious.
Okay,
They're very afraid.
Yeah, this is...
something.
They did cast Raise the Stampede, though, so... And now it's time for owlbear.
Yeah, let's just get owlbear going. What are their creatures? I can't...
They got Sylvan Shepherd, which is the life gain one.
I can't... Oh, this is the get bigger on
Bulette.
death. Sure.
Okay. I'm kind of sad that Bulette is
Bulette.
It's just a 3/3. It feels like it should be bigger. Those things are like CR4 or something. Time to block.
This sucks because it's clearly they're venturing, plus they're playing their... Oh, we're dead.
Oh no.
We are so
We're
dead.
We're dead.
Skeleton.
We're dead. We're dead. Oh, we're dead.
Skeleton swarming plus...
Alright, Drizzt, help. Anyway, the way this works is that at end of turn, they make a skeleton. All skeletons have to attack, and they get +X/+O, where X is the number of skeletons in play.
So they're gonna have more skeletons.
We can kill both of their skeletons, but they're gonna
get more skeletons.
But they get 2 skeletons. So the way that we counter it is by, having 2 blockers like that. But the thing is, they have on death triggers.
Yeah, they have a lot of...
What is Dritz's text?
When a creature dies, if that creature...
Double strike. Okay, I was wondering why I didn't take damage from the skeleton.
Oh yeah. Also, this is the way we win. By the way, is Drizzt plus Bull Strike.
Yeah, we need like a thing. And you come to a river. Can we just distortion strike our way out of this?
Yeah, we might be distortion striking our way out of this.
Okay, with the longbow. And gain some life in the meantime.
Okay, let's... Also, if this dies, Drizzt gets 4 counters.
Yeah, okay, so we want our cat to die. And we want this thing to die.
Well, no, it's equal to the difference. Like if this dies, it's not one counter per.
Oh, okay.
It just now matches the biggest.
Yeah.
So we want our.
We need 11 power.
If we get a.
We need 12.
Or if theirs dies?
Or if theirs dies. Yeah, it's whenever a creature dies. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
so we have to.
We have to kill their skeletons. Maybe we send with ours to try to induce them to trade.
Oh,
Okay,
I
so,
don't like this.
so they're going into the draw card dungeon now.
Is equip on
They are doing some business.
Is a flyer to start?
If we equip the longbow now, we'll get less counters on Dritz.
Alright, so we want them to attack with their ogre.
Yes.
So we make the...
So we make the flyer. And I want to land.
Hey!
Well, you'll get one.
Okay. Because I need to be able to cast Bull's Strength, come to a river, and equip all in the same turn.
Yeah. Which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which we will have after this land.
I'm going to use Shocking Grasp as our stay alive trick, so is the hope.
Yeah.
All right, so the plan
have...
is our opponent will be at 25. And we will hit them for 3 in the air plus 22 on Dritz.
If they kill either of our creatures, we can't win. If they don't attack with Bulette and Corger, I don't know if we can win.
Yeah.
They have to attack with one of them, right? Really, they don't.
No,
Do they just gather their party again?
This is hyper caution. Remember, this is the most cautious player in the world, and they have a
They have
value
an
engine.
Line. Yeah.
The question is, the Jin might have been a mistake. We're dead.
Gain menace.
Dang.
How dead are we?
Okay,
Could,
maybe you come to a river as a...
Yeah.
This might work.
If they all out, then we don't need the distortion strike. Or if they undercommit, we don't need the distortion strike. Okay.
They undercommit.
Okay, so we just double block on the giant with like our giant and anything. We take... We just have to block one of the big creatures, and that's it. And then we win.
Yeah, so... This is so dumb.
So just like, okay, Hill Giant and then maybe Guild Thief. I don't know. We don't have the mana for Guild Thief. Or Displace Your Beast or
So we
something
take
like that.
10 here.
We can take 10. That's not 15.
Again, I'm just doing math. Difference. So up to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, Jin. No reach.
No reach. I see no reach.
Wait,
Yeah.
What?
it'll have 12 power?
Yeah, with double strike.
Okay.
And we have a flyer.
And we have a flyer.
There will be reach, but it'll be the creature that's attacking that has it. Okay, they kill our...
What
our
creature
giant.
is... Shit, what creature is reach?
Our Dritz Twill from the bow. I was making a joke.
Oh.
You're fine.
I was like, what? Where did I fuck this up?
Now the creature that's attacking will have reach. Okay.
Fine.
Acceptable.
Yup.
Okay, but
You got
stuff
it, Joe.
happens.
Here come the skeletons. Skeleton
Bigger
warriors.
Skeletons.
Skeleton War. That show sucked. You ever watch an episode of Skeleton Warriors?
I
It
have
was
never
really
watched an
bad.
episode of Skeleton Warriors.
I watched it on YouTube.
They needed to, like, try to be gaining life here. They should have all added. I don't know why they didn't kill me.
They've missed multiple. They have multiple overruns in their deck, and they didn't use any of them.
Alright.
Okay.
You come to a river.
Let's find a cross.
Target creature can't be blocked this turn. It's dritzed. Bull strength. It's dritzed. Equip bow. It's dritzed.
Here comes a new Daredevil!
The crunch! So, this is an opponent who had the game but got too complacent on it. Or, like, too, like, risk averse.
Yeah, they were sitting on their heels when they had...
Well, they had an enchantment that says, like, you win the game, right? Like,
yeah, just let it win the game. If you have Legion's Land... Not Legion's Landing.
I mean, it's basically...
Symbol of the Legion.
Yeah, it's basically...
If you have a Symbol of the Legion, then you should just... You let it win the game,
But,
right?
I feel like when you have an enchantment that's going to generate creatures for you, 1-for-1 trades look great.
Yeah.
So, like, just start cleaning up the board, and then suddenly it's just the skeleton show, and you win.
Plus, doesn't the skeleton thing want creatures to die?
It does, but the skeletons were going to be dying anyway.
I mean, like, for how many skeletons it makes?
No, it's 1 or 2. It's just...
Okay.
What would the reason there have to be for them not use the Overrunner all out with Menace? They were afraid of our tricks. For instance, if they actually had Menaced and all outed, I didn't do the math on that, but you could go back and do the math on what if I bounce their biggest blocker and then block enough of their stuff to not die? They have no blockers left. Can I kill them on the crackback?
And the answer would be probably...
The answer might have just been yes if they literally all outed. If they left anybody back, they might have still... But even that, you just undercommitted every... I'm gonna keep this, by the way.
That seems reasonable.
Well, even if they all outed, they would have had the 2 skeletons generated at end of turn to block with.
They come in tapped.
They do come
do they?
Yes. They would have had the Grim...
Probably for that exact reason.
Yeah, they would have had the Grim buddy. I forget the giant goblin.
Beholder. They would have a beholder around. Hey, do you like blue spells?
Yeah, I'm fine with blue spells.
That's a pretty good card. Torch.
Good equipment. Let's...
I think we attack here. Yeah.
Death Toucher's enough to be blocking. If they want to come in unblocked with Guild Thief, that's fine. Obviously, we have an obvious draw we're looking for. They might unblockable the Guild Thief and come in.
Yeah, if they slith it, then okay. Probably gonna slith next turn.
Wow.
So we just make the longbow here, right?
I was thinking hold up the counterspell.
Okay.
Well, actually, hold on.
They might block and you can pull strength. They would never block.
Yeah, that's... I have to ask the question, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
If I have my druthers, they'll spend their turn... Nope.
Denied.
Get out of here.
Unacceptable.
With that garbage. No.
Unacceptable. I was imagining a world where they just activate their... Are we in a Tomb of Annihilation spot here?
That's what I'm asking myself. I don't think we're quite there yet, but we're close.
They're down to 2 cards.
Okay.
Sure.
They have 1 creature.
And they can't really do much with it. Nice. Happy to draw.
I think we crush them with moves from hell.
We're going to very, very... do we equip here? Yeah, we think we equip here.
I think I can just equip a Knoll Hunter, go in and leave back the Death Toucher, right?
Yeah, we force them... If I had my druthers, it would force them to slith up, and then we can just Ray of Frost it.
Yeah, we can just Ray of Frost it once it slits. So...
Yeah.
Or we don't care. Nice.
You got it.
So they're going in a dungeon. Because, like, the alternate here is I draw a land. Like, most draws here are hyper live. You know,
Yeah,
and land is...
We also have owlbears in our deck. That's not a great draw, but... Yeah, we can freeze the weasel and then just bash for 5.
I thought about trick bash set for 8. I didn't do it because I like it better as a trick, but I did consider the play.
It would give us a counter. Ooh.
Okay. So we're not attacking next turn.
It's a good move.
Neither are they for some time.
Pay 7 mana. You get you get 7 mana's worth.
Speaking of,
It's a good dragon.
It's
big.
pretty good dragon.
Just a fine uncommon top end.
Yep.
It's a great card for the coin, the trickster's medallion or whatever,
Mm.
because it's got a good common effect.
So well,
Wow.
I'm just all outing
Well, we bash.
because the Null Hunter. Well, like what? They block the Null. The big thing is this makes all of the threats lethal. Because if they block the herder, they die to the other two. Yeah.
Hooray.
Sorry, Pakula.
Yeah, that's
I liked that the meddling mage was playing a blue-white deck.
it's on theme.
Thematic.
I still can't believe we beat skeletons. God.
We just had to feral animus them. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's the old fighter burst scheme.
Look, I love being able to kill somebody from 25 for just because like that's how it goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Get 'em.
what's your life total? How many creatures you got? 20.
Not good enough.
Try again.
I'm playing a 23rd card that says Distortion Strike.
It's our 24th. It's our 24th.
I'm playing a perfectly reasonable spell that I wasn't even going to play until I cut a land for it.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I see 3 2-drop creatures.
I see like multiple ventures, and also these bodies are just like this is Elvish Warrior with reach. So
If we draw some lands, we can just have a bunch of 2-drops that
Yeah.
give each other the pack mate.
Yep. I might use Bull's Strength to like force the issue.
Oh, another
See how it goes.
Another celebrity. We had Pakula before, and now we've got Alf. Got any cats?
No. No.
Meow.
No. You can't have them. Good old Elf. Alright. Alright.
What does Perry do?
Double dice roll.
Granted advantage.
No. Danger. Danger alarm. No.
Well, we get to jam our face directly into that next turn.
Yep.
I like the noises the orcs make.
Okay.
They also know about orcs. Is Phantom Monster?
Yeah.
That also gives us,
Sure.
that's pretty good.
I'm actually fine with 1-for-1 removal against the player who mulled to 5.
I'm also just good with 1-for-1 removal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, weird. I'm good with 1-for-1 removal. I don't.
A
Okay.
wizard.
We said.
All right. This is just get in because we have shocking. We have too many tricks.
Yeah, let's attack. We have 6 power.
Anyway, also venture twice.
Now we might go to the
Yeah, this feels like a tomb zone. I'll decline on the discard, thanks.
All of our cards kind of rule IMO.
Well, they were all dressed up and nowhere to go. I see.
Yep.
Okay. Probably killed a Sylvan Shepherd.
Yeah.
This bull up here. That's about this.
And we get to be more aggressive next turn.
Cool.
We get to make a 4/4 on the attack.
Yeah, and start holding up counter spell.
So they're, you know, they get their draw, but from here I just get to hold up a count. Nice. This one's good, by the way.
That's rather big.
I love this
That
one.
is.
Anyway, I'm
Well, then I started smashing.
have some triggers. Anyway, let's go into the cell again. I'll decline, thanks.
Yeah, getting 2 venture triggers
Is a
in your
lot.
attack step. Kind of good.
Also, here's the.
strong,
This is why I
powerful.
love going through here. Is here's the damn 4/4.
Also, like, yeah,
ally.
here's a full foot, just like a full foot death toucher. Just here's this little bundle of fun.
Little did you know, we also have another trick. It's not going to save our creature. It's not going to kill your creature, but it will save ours.
Then it lets us keep up the counter spell. Because we drew into a land.
Genius,
Yeah.
absolute brilliance.
So they can activate Wizard 3, but like, what does that do? They have a trick.
I can't believe they just combined level up with sagas.
It's very. No thanks. Anyway, back in the tomb.
Back into the tomb. We're making another run.
Bang.
Here comes another daredevil.
Anyway, you can lose some more life. I'll decline.
This is so much. Yes. This is called sending the enemy wizard into the tomb, and this is your home now.
Hope you brought a 10-foot pole and a donkey.
Sadly, they were very ill prepared for it.
That's a little Tomb of Annihilation joke. Actually, it's Tomb of Horrors.
Tomb of
Forgive me,
Horror.
I regret the error.
Yeah. The thing that's funky about the rules that make up classes is that they like the card itself has like it's like 2 activated abilities, 3 bars of text, and then like they're not as like hard coded as a saga. Like
Yeah, because sagas have weird, like, it's why
timing
Urza Saga
rules.
just dies if you ever have a Blood Moon in play.
Yeah.
Because it's still a saga, and if a saga would fail to put a counter on it, like, not put a counter on it and then put 0 counters instead, just fail to have the counter ability happen, they die. Or if they would ever not have a counter on them, but they should.
Right.
It's weird.
There's some funky rules text
Layers.
there.
Yeah.
Classes are a little more straightforward. They just have 2 sorcery speed abilities and like
Yeah, really, they're just Figure of Destiny. They don't even level up.
yeah, they're good.
Why did they make Tomb of Annihilation and not Tomb of Horrors? This ain't it, Chief.
We finally found the hand that ain't it.
They love giving us that planes.
It's been what 4 times now. This is it. This ain't it. We're still keeping it, but this sucks.
Well, we're just going to Cycle Shack and Grasp and be fine.
Yeah, do I just get rid of Come to a River then?
I would rather get rid of Bull Strength or Dritz.
I want to keep Dritz because like powerful cards are how we can come back in a.
Yeah, the Come to the River is an
Wood.
interactive spell rather than a trick.
I'd like to take a moment to just really appreciate our opponent's handle.
Wood.
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 It's wood.
Sometimes all you need is wood.
Actually, with all the equipment in this set, are there like any auras? Like you auras, not on your opponent's stuff auras? 'Cause that's what I was thinking about the bounce spell. Like it's any interaction whatsoever.
But I don't think there are other than like yeah,
Are
the
there,
fly
are there really a fly? Okay. 'Cause I was
one.
like, there's a lot of equipment. There's like hardly any auras.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess you could counter their stab wound by bouncing it, but eh.
Oh yeah, there's a, yeah. I'm just gonna cycle.
Yeah, we really need the force land.
It sucks to do this, but we are in a dire position. That helps. I will,
Full swing.
I will pass on 5th lands that are not white here.
We're not ahead on board, so the counterspell loses some value.
I think this might be a dig. I'm not sure what we're digging to, but I think it's still a dig.
I think we can do better than either of those cards.
I'm also not trading against this. I'm just taking that we have a way better trade available.
And we have an equipment in play.
Yeah. If we draw land, I can equip. This card's good. It also makes Chandelar noises when it comes into play.
A Jim Bazaar.
Damn.
Well,
Alright, well, I mean, that sort of validates your decision to dig.
Yeah, it does.
Let's see, make a basilisk attack for 3.
Yeah.
Can hold up. It might have a fight spell that costs 1 green because it's a blue permanent.
Yeah. It can't be countered, but it can be countered due to lack of targets, so... Here it comes.
Oh.
Do you want to counter a plummet? Or do we just let it happen?
It's really awkward.
If we miss a land again, that is a good play.
If we don't miss the land, this feels like, the incorrect one, but if we don't draw land here, we need to be able to dig. And, well, flying monster should... Phantom monster.
Yeah, that's like an uncomfortable play, but
Yes.
it's a valid use of the card.
It is sometimes bounce is rescue. That's just
It's a 4/4 flyer that lets him attack for 1.
I'll take one.
Yeah.
I'll take one.
It's big. Good creature.
Okay.
Guild Thief can go, but yeah, force.
All right.
I'm pretty sure you could build a Soul Sisters deck in Standard right now. It'd be really annoying. Because, your boy, Daxos? Yeah, Daxos. He's going to be in Standard for like
Another 3.
Yeah.
All right. How big are your haymakers? Is the big question here.
Huge.
Pretty freaking bad, huh?
Massive.
I had to ask, right?
We had to ask, what was their haymaker?
This,
An 8/7.
Yeah.
this wood looks good.
Yeah. It has been identified.
Just rolling a 20 on that ability, critical thinking.
Deep.
Yes.
It's like Thinka.
Thinkaga.
Think 3.
We're not.
In the SNES version, it was just called Brain.
Kill me. Trick. Yep. Okay.
We're gonna die to the flyer anyways.
We have a reach equipment. We could possibly ever stabilize with it. We would need to have drawn our Dritz set up there, but
We're not dead. We're just rapidly approaching it. We can trade off with the Bulette, play the Intrepid Outlander, and then equip it next turn. That'll grow their Bulette.
okay, it was unavoidable.
So you were secretly smart.
Well, I was secretly bad because I played the island and not the Evolving Wilds. Anyway, this...
Oh, I think we put it on the owlbear. They're gonna turn sideways though.
take
Block, take 2, go to 1. They kill our creature, they have death touching attackers. We're so
Dead to
hosed.
any venture.
Froghemoth!
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 It's got haste.
It's fucking got haste.
Yeah, we're dead to any creature, but Froghemoth
You're
is
dead
a
to
cool one
Froghemoth.
to kill us. The mistake I made was playing the land before my draw because we drew Evolving Wilds and I got mega punish for not being able to Dritz plus Intrepid here, which would have.
I think the Froghemoth made that kind of moot.
It did make that more moot than anything.
Good to know.
But
Good to know.
It was a misstep.
It was a misstep, yeah. I don't like these green creatures that are like Thundermaw Hellkites or whatever.
So the secret to green creatures are, if you see haste, somebody in R&D wanted to push a card for constructed.
Yeah, but the Froghemoth ain't it. I don't think that one's going to get played.
They wanted to push it, though. That's why that's where...
Yeah.
Because the card without haste would be like, literally, you wouldn't even think about it, right? Like...
Give me a green card that is a Goblin Piker with haste.
Yeah, we have that. It's called Strangleroot Geist.
No other text. This is a common I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry. Strangleroot Geist.
Strangleroot Geist had haste at least to kind of make it function a little bit. Like you can kill it and then attack with it the same turn.
Yeah, but it didn't need it because it was the 2/1 haste undying.
Oh my god, we keep having powerful usernames. Zooey Chanel.
Alright.
Planes!
Yes.
It's Sneep is what we call it in the business. Zoe Gay
It's not good for standard. It's not going to be good for standard right now either because, like...
Do we have good names?
Like, when is that going to be the creature you play over Questing Beast right now, right? Like, come on.
I almost want to start playing again just so I can let my opponents enjoy my handle in this game.
Ooh, you've got a strong handles.
I'm Adjective Bailoff.
The good Bailoff.
Yeah, I like it.
They managed to find a 1-drop that trades with our Squire. It trades with either of our creatures. Let's play the Squire.
I'm not blocking.
Modern's in a weird spot, as always. Modern is both very good and very bad right now. It's very good because there's a ton of decks, and it's very bad because all of the good ones have Dragon Rage Channeler in them. Could just flat out the... If we flat out the board, we play a flyer.
We have too many combat tricks for me to want to flat out the board is the problem.
Do we just trade shitter for shitter then? Seems like that's what they wanted.
Yeah, because right now, it's just... Because our hand has too many combat tricks, it's not worth...
Yeah, makes sense. Leave my gold alone. Great Frost is good. They're going to attack.
Yeah. No, we have Bull Strength as a good trick. Our best move is to Grim Bounty our flyer, which is why they did it. That's a horrible attack.
Yeah, it's a terrible attack. I was right though. They were going to
that was
attack.
that was awful.
We can attack.
Yeah, we're now free to get in.
And if they attack, we can consider Bull Strengthing to kill the gas.
I probably won't, but
we may consider it.
We can think about it. All right. The thought has entered and exited. And I feel good about the thought. All right. I want this in play pretty bad, but...
Yeah, well, their attacks still aren't very good, even if we just play it. Like, they're going to throw their dogs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I want to get that in play. That's a pretty important get into play. This Death Toucher is doing some work. Eye of the Beholder, my Death Toucher? Oh.
Okay, a Root Walla.
Sure, I'm just going to take the hit.
Now we can freeze the Weasel.
Alright. So, first things first.
We attack. We block. We Bull Strength.
Got him, GG.
And we can freeze the...
Freeze the Prowler.
Alright.
Yeah, there is common green.
Yeah, this is not a pushed for constructed haste card. This is just a normal one.
It's a reasonable common though. Root wallers are good.
Thank God for Death Touch being in play right now.
Let's get some tactics going.
Yeah.
I do count 6. I don't think we'll make that particular thing happen, but I do count 6.
Yeah. Top deck mode, billion mana. If you attack, I'm clearly blocking. If you don't, I will take one for a while with that.
Yeah, well, the ghastly gas lord will deal 1 damage to us.
Yeah, that's fine.
Creatures.
Force would be... It's always freaking boople woople.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
We're fine. We have a death toucher and another giant creature.
Oh God!
Large.
This worm has this worm been our death every time? Is this the worm that kills?
This worm destroys the wizard.
Everybody loves the worm because they love that arc of the Adventure Zone. That's about purple worms.
So one of the tricks about this
worm...
worm...
I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid to ask.
McElroy's. That's all you need to know.
Oh, it's their
D&D podcast.
tabletop, yeah.
Okay. So it's like 6 feet under, but not as good.
6 feet under is very good. Don't have a fight spell right now.
I will reserve my opinions on both podcasts. Well, we blocked the worm.
Yeah. So the thing about the worm that I'm thinking here, the trick to the worm is that it has a -2 discount on a card that I would play at that speed without the discount anyway, right? Like
the giant creature.
Anyway, that top deck sucks and means we're losing our entire board forever. Yeah.
Well, at least we drew a land. You know, if we're gonna die, it may as well be the Zoe Gay Chanel, you know?
I can double block and not die, but...
Powerful planeswalker.
Time to 3-for-1 ourselves off this, giant. Never mind. We'll just
and trample.
Oh, it gains trample. Oh shit.
Yeah, it gains trample.
I thought it was untapped.
No, it gains trample.
Predator strike, huh?
Yeah, our opponent has had some. That's a little late to the party.
Tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling
down.
Yeah, our opponent has had us.
That was basically fair.
Pretty smoked on their draws.
I think we lost because the other green decks had purple worm and we didn't.
We had kind of an awkward draw this game where we did stuff.
Purple worm is an ass kicker.
What we've learned here is just like large green creatures win fights on the ground.
Purple large.
Alright. That's still, I think, 5-3, which is like...
We're above curve.
That's where I think we've landed a lot of these. So.
I think you hit the money back line, right?
Yes. So far, that's...
Well, no, because you're doing Premier Draft, so the payout sucks for no reason.
Well, that is the money back line, though.
I thought it was 3,000.
It is 1,500.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a fun. We've learned that blue green doesn't really have a plan.
Yeah.
you just gotta play cards.
Like
huh?
I don't think there was ever any plan that we had in there.
Like there's not a strong plan. I think given that there's not a strong plan that the set makes for you, I think we put a decent plan together anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like having some blue spells, a very good white splash, and we got to kill somebody from 25 with a distortion.
We did
strike.
get to
I love that.
Just absolutely mess someone up with Drizzt.
All right, I am planning on doing draft 2 here, though. I did say that was my plan for today.
I cannot join you for draft 2,
Thank
but
you.
good luck.
Very much
Yeah.
for joining.
And thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the last draft, and let's keep watching our good friend Slyo draft.
All right.
Thanks for being here, Ready Rod, and seeing that excellent play of our card being uncounterable.
Incredible stuff.
I have one ability.
That's a good ability.
Pretty good ability.
All right. I'm gonna take a moment to step away, and then I'll start draft 2 up.
Then I'll say some bad things to your chat.
All right.